Did you look in the mirror this morning? Of course you did. We all did. Everyone did. Our feet hit the floor, we head to the bathroom for morning relief, and then to the mirror, where we see ourselves. But what did you see when you first looked in the mirror? It seems like looking in the mirror shouldn't require much thought. But that first moment, that first glance when you lock eyes with yourself can be profound and impact the entire course of your day and influence all the other lives you interact with each day. Beyond what you see in the mirror, who do you see in the mirror? When you look in the mirror, do you see a person you love, despise, or are indifferent to? Who is this person looking back at you? What you think you see in the mirror, or this current perception of yourself, is not who you are. Rather, it is the result of emotions felt and the influence of inputs received the day before. As best-selling author Richard Bach put it, look in a mirror and one thing's sure, what we see is not who we are. For years, I used to look in the mirror and often saw sad eyes that reminded me of the sad eyes of my childhood friend who, in his early 20s and 30s was struggling with addiction to drugs and alcohol and having a tough time finding his way in life. But by all outward appearances, I was thriving in my life. But yet, I didn't feel quite myself. I would look in the mirror and see eyes that weren't filled with all love and excitement. But that moment changed when, about 7 years ago, I read The Power of Intention by Dr. Wayne Dyer, who suggests looking into a mirror, lock eyes with yourself, and say, I love you, and to do that as many times as you can throughout the day. I love a quote by Wayne Dyer in the book Power of Intention, where he says, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. So I tried looking in the mirror and saying I love you, and honestly, it felt kind of awkward at first. I'd always been a happy, loving person, but like most of us, I also harbored self-doubt and was critical of myself. So when I looked in the mirror, I didn't just see love, but I gave it a shot. I started saying I love you in the mirror, and after a while, it didn't feel so awkward. It felt natural, warm, and heartfelt. Now saying I love you in the mirror each morning is a part of my daily routine, because when you see the light and love in yourself, it allows you to see light and love in everyone and in everything else. I started living in a blissful state because being in a blissful state is how you're meant to live. Yeah, we have to go about our daily lives and continue to play the roles that we've set up for ourselves, but we can redefine how we play those roles. It's been over 7 years since I started saying I love you in the mirror, and what do I see in the mirror now? I see love. I see a happy, strong, and confident person dedicated to his higher power, his family, and serving others. When I look in the mirror, my eyes light up when I say I love you, and I now see the person I'm meant to be. And you can do the same. Be who you're meant to be by saying I love you in the mirror. Our perception of others is really just a reflection of what we see in the mirror. So if you want to make the world a happier, better place, just start by seeing yourself with love in the mirror. Who you are and what you see is your decision. Who you see in the mirror is your choice. You have the freedom to create the person you see in the mirror in any way you want. You may as well listen to the still small voice from within you and see the person you are meant to be. See the light in the mirror and say, I love you in the mirror.